What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Friday. We got a 14-game slate here tonight. A lot of different ways to go with it, but I got it broken down. A few with my money, six of my favorite plays, 2 pitchers, 4 batters to hopefully give you a ton of production here tonight. So before we get going, if you could drop a like in the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. Really helps me out. Let's try to get over 70 likes on this one. And let's not waste any time. Let's hop right into it. We got a guy that is way too cheap here tonight, and that's Jacob DeGrom at 9,400. Was pulled from his last start a little bit late because he had a little of a hip cramp, whatever, I guess. But seems good to go. I guess it was just precautionary. They just wanted to make sure he was okay. Seems good to go here tonight against Colorado in a matchup where Colorado outside of Coors Field is just not the same team. Really struggled against the Cubs in the last series. So it's a big part downgrade going to New York here. And DeGrom has their numbers so far in his career. In 89 plate appearances, they only have a 184 batting average and a 25% K rate. So really good upside here. I think he can get a lot of Ks here. Really limit this Colorado team outside of Coors. And they're only implied 3.2 runs. He is really projected out to get the win. They're pretty big favorites here in this matchup as well. So I think he's due for one of those big games. He was really pitching well against Arizona last start. But like I said, he was pulled a little bit early. But I feel like he's due for one of those breakout 30-plus DraftKings performances. And I think this is the perfect spot for him to really get into that groove here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then we're going to go with Andrew Heaney as well, 9,200. It is tough to really go after the same lineup you just pitched against. But I think it just sets up really nicely for him to have another big outing against the Seattle Mariners team. Didn't get the win last time out, so maybe he's a little bit mad about that. Pitching at home, though, and this Mariners lineup is not nearly as good against lefties. Like when you have guys like Kyle Seager, who's really bad against lefties, Vogelback, who's really bad against lefties, might not even be in the lineup here tonight, and Malik Smith, the leadoff hitter, not very good against lefties. It really limits their lineup and their production. And also, Edwin Encarnacion is kind of like a reverse split guy, better against righties. And Andrew Heaney, I think, is just a really good spot here, really generating a ton of strikeouts and swinging strike rates. If you look at the split so far, it is a 2-game sample, so take this with how you want to, but 43% K rate in these 2 starts and a 19.8% swinging strike rate, and one of those starts was against Seattle, so really generating a lot of swinging misses, and I think he can have another good outing here and get the win here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second pitcher, and both those guys I think can go over 25 DraftKings points, and that leaves you with 3,900 remaining per hitter. And for my first guy, I'm going to go with MOUSTAKAS here at 5,100. A really good spot for him going against Rookie Davis, a guy that hasn't pitched or hasn't been a starting pitcher in his career. And he's just looking at his splits throughout his 2-year career. He's giving up 3.2 home runs per 9 to lefties, and this is the park downgrade as well. Going to Milwaukee, a very friendly park for lefties, and MOUSTAKAS absolutely killing it this year. 18 home runs so far at 325 ISO against right-handed pitchers, and they're implied 6 runs. So Vegas loves Milwaukee, and MOUSTAKAS in the meat of the lineup has a ton of RBI potential and home run potential against Rookie Davis. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first hitter. Then I'm going to go with Vlad Guerrero Jr. at 3,900 here, going against a right-handed pitcher and Merrill Kelly. Big part downgrade from him. Going from Arizona to Toronto. Vlad Guerrero really hitting well recently. Had a big-time performance against the Yankees, 27 DraftKings points. He's been better against righties so far at 208 ISO and a 45% hard contact rate. And Kelly as well has been worse against right-handed batters, 1.6 home runs per 9 allowed to them. So I think Vlad Guerrero, really good upside here. Can definitely go deep, and the price is pretty damn cheap at 3,900 considering his upside. So I'm going to lock him in there as my second guy. They want to go with DESHIELDS again. We went with them yesterday. Did pretty well for us, 12 DraftKings points, exactly what I was really looking from him. Stolen base, a hit to get on base, and also a walk. One of those hits, he honestly could have got another stolen base if it wasn't a fielding error in right field. He would have got on first base, but the guy, Chris Davis, is in right field, and he actually missed the ball when he was trying to pick it up. So he was able to get to third, but if he didn't pick it up, DeShields would have been on first, and the other runner would have been on third. So he would have had a really good shot at getting another stolen base. But going against Brett Anderson here, it is a left-handed pitcher, but he's actually been really easy to steal on so far. And DeShields has, I think, 2 stolen bases on him in his career, and just like the 2 times he's been on base, I think he's stolen both times. And this is the big part downgrade for Brett Anderson going from Oakland to Texas. Some good hitting conditions. And I think DeShields can get on base, get a stolen base. It's going to be the top of the lineup again here tonight. So can get 5 at-bats possibly if they really bring it to Brett Anderson. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. I'm going to go with Chris Taylor, just a little bit too cheap, I think, here tonight at 3,400. The last start against the lefty was Robbie Ray. He was the leadoff hitter. He didn't hit very well, but still a leadoff guy at 3,400. It's just way too cheap, and it's a much easier lefty. And Drew Pomeranz, who's been really struggling against right-handed hitters all year long, allowing 2.7 home runs per 9 to right-handed batters and a 435 WOBA. So really getting killed by them. It's not a great hitting park in San Fran, but still, Chris Taylor at the top of the lineup has the potential to get on base, get some extra base hits against Pomeranz. And like I said, 3,400 for a leadoff guy. In this kind of spot against a bad pitcher is a really good situation, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So that leaves you with 3,750 remaining per player. And you got 2 of the best pitchers, I think, on the slate, just value-wise, based on their price. Moustakas, one of the best lefties in all of baseball. Going against a guy that struggled against lefties, Vlad Guerrero. Really peaking at the right time. I think he'll hit a home run here tonight. DeShields, really good stolen base ability. And Chris Taylor, leadoff spot, can get up to 5 at-bats against a bad pitcher in Drew Pomeranz. So I hope you enjoyed it. Slap a like if you did. Let's try to get over 70 likes like I said. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Hit that bell icon so you get alerted every time I upload. Good luck here tonight. Enjoy your Friday night, and we'll see you back here again next time.